як сідає сонце? Чи ти чув, як літають бджоли? Чи ти коли-небудь чув, як літають бджоли?
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And I promise you that you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So why don't you come and join me in discovering amazing talented artists and bringing it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, my next reaction, we're going over to Ukraine. This particular artist I haven't had the pleasure of reacting to ever. So I'm going to read a little bit in his description page as well. So I have to go to Google Translate. So this is what it says. Druga Rika featuring Echo. Did you heard from Mariupol? Is that how you pronounce it? Mariupol. Is that the way how you pronounce it? He goes, on the 1st of July, the band Druga Rika released the song Did You Hear and its music video for the first time. The musicians played at a charity online concert back in April, dedicating it to the hostage at the Azovstall plant and all the affected residents of the Mariupol, which became the personification of the destroyed cities of Ukraine and under the territory under the temporary Emery occupations. At the time, Ukraine is losing the best sons and daughters of the country. We are tired and sometimes discouraged. They are a chance to lose the zest of life. This is exactly what the enemy is counting on. The track is about the importance of continuing to fight, to gasp every moment, to feel it and live with the heart. So that's only about, say, a little bit of what was in the description page. There's a lot more. Please highlight it, put it into Google Translate it for yourself and understand, just to get a gist and the feeling of the emotion that's poured in within this particular music video. So that's going to be my next reaction of today. If you haven't done already, please by all means subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button to indicate to you when my next uploads will be. Now, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music, as well as your support. Can you dig it?
Ти бачив, як заходить сонце? Чи ти коли-небудь бачив, як сідає сонце? Чи ти чув, як літають бджоли? Чи ти коли-небудь чув, як літають бджоли?
Okay.
Різниця тільки в тому, чи ти дійсно жив, чи ні. Бо якщо ти не чув і не бачив, тоді значить ні.
So I'm just about to say that a man's walking the beach like collecting his thoughts. And now we're going to the reverse. It symbolises something with a much more larger impact.
Чи ти бачив, як пишуть книжку? Чи ти коли-небудь бачив, як пишуть книжку? Чи ти чув, як співають пісню? Чи ти коли-небудь чув, як співають пісню? Різниця тільки в тому, чи ти дійсно жив, чи
You know
ні.
what he reminds me of?
Бо якщо ти не чув і не бачив, тоді значить ні.
His fault was the way how he's singing it.
Різниця тільки в тому, чи ти дійсно жив, чи ні. Бо якщо ти не чув і не бачив, тоді значить ні.
It's actually my time. He sings along with Tina Carroll. He's always with Tina Carroll, like playing back with each other. Really, really close. You always feel like they're going up with each other. What's his name? Take my time.
Чи ти бачив, як плачуть і сміються діти, як ростуть в містах, як пахнуть квіти? Чи ти крами дихав, як азовський біль, як приходять гості, життю радіти? Чи ти відчув різниця тільки в тому, чи ти вічно жив, чи ні. Бо якщо ти слухав і не чув, тоді значить ні.
I don't understand Ukrainian, but there's some words coming up on the screen. If you could translate that for me, that'd be amazing. So that was, is it Druga or is it Druga? Let me know about that. Druga Rika featuring, it's got Echo. Did you heard from Mariupol? Is that the way you pronounce it, Mariupol? On the second part of the description, it says, we saw, heard, felt and created lives on the February the 24th. All this was taken away from us. We have met a new irritational reality in which lives are being destroyed with particular cynicisms. And it brings death and grief, but we must hold on because we are fighting for a bright future. They cannot destroy our thirst for life. I think it's just, I don't know. Our songs called us to see the beautiful in everyday life. It tells us where to get inspirations and strength to move on. It's about hundreds of prisoners, both military and civilians, are waiting for, whom we must return so they can see, hear, live again. It's got Valerie, is it Chashim? I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry for that. He's a frontman of the band of Druga Rika. I feel that this particular music video is completely different from a different contrast from a number of reactions that I've had the pleasure of doing so during this unfortunate circumstances. And I feel that even though there's no space to wander, to gather your thoughts, because there is no space over there. If there's space, there's space to hide, but not to wander and gather your thoughts. But this music video is kind of allowing creative space to be in one's mind if you don't have that space to have it for yourself. Just to see someone enduring the same kind of, it's not even the same kind of, just to say, look, I know what you're going through, you know, just to make, not me, I'm talking about me, I'm talking about the artists, when they are expressing themselves through in songs, it's almost like they're saying to the civilians over Ukraine, look, I know what you're going through, you know, and I feel that in certain circumstances, you know, that word coming from somebody, when you look into their eyes and knowing that they actually do, is somewhat of a comfort. And there's always, and also the poets, the poems that's coming out is absolutely amazing, and it's a strength of security in oneself to get up and say, look, it's going to be all right because I'm going to make sure that it is all right, down to the individual. Looking over to your right and left shoulder to see where, you know, if somebody else indeed needs my strength as well. There was a particular part in there, I did put on the subtitles, but I wasn't really 100% confident with the subtitles. Sometimes it says certain things that I'm like, what? I mean, for me, and I said this before, I just believe that no one has a right to end someone's life. I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate my enemies. I really, really, really don't. There is not enough room in my soul to hate anybody. You know, and if you have hate in your soul, then let it go because it's not you, regardless of what's happening right now. You know, you're blessed. And I just wish that the world was paying more attention than it is right now. You know, yesterday, yes, it was on the news, but it wasn't as frequent. And the person behind the camera, the media host person who was sending the news, it was almost like they were just reading and not feeling anything, just being numb. It was just like just words. You know, and there's a number of media people around the world just reading it. It's not, you know, it's just words. And yes, they're professional not to feel that, but I feel that, you know, news anchors should be able to feel and should express the way how they feel, you know. It's realistic, not to be numb to it. You know, it's like almost like a doctor when, you know, he's a professional and he comes to the room to tell you that, you know, you've only got a couple of weeks left to live. and he's as professional as it is, but there's no empathy within his face or concern. Do you know what I mean? It's just another day for him because he's a doctor. There should be, I don't know, I'm blabbering on, apologies for that. Amazing song. I love the way how it was going in between black and white and then into colour as well. I love the reverse on it. Everything about this simplistic format gave you a hell of a lot to think about. And for that reason, I salute you. Amazing.